Hello everyone, myself Ami Mehta, and in computer network we are discuss here multiple access protocols. So let us discuss what are the multiple access protocol. So the categories of multiple access protocol are channel partitioning protocols, in which we are divide channel into smaller segment. Second is random access protocols, and third one is taking turns protocol. Okay, so these are the main three categories of protocols. So the first one, in which we are dividing channel into smaller pieces in time slot, frequency and code. It allocate PC to node for exclusive use. So it allocate piece to node for exclusive use, and the example of channel partitioning protocols are TDMA, FDMA and CDMA. So first we said that it divides channel into smaller pieces. So in time division multiple access, it divided into time slot. In frequency division multiple access, it divided into frequency. And in code division multiple access is divide channel into smaller code. So these are the three protocols which is used for channel partitioning protocols: time division multiple access, frequency division multiple access and code division multiple access. The second protocol is random access protocols. So in this type of protocol, channel not divided and allow collision. So here the collision may be possible. It means that at a time more than one data is transferring, and the recover from collision is also possible. So examples of random access medium access control protocols are Aloha, slotted Aloha, CSMA, CSMA CD, CSMA CA. So these are the protocols that are under random access protocol. And the third one is taking turn protocols. So in this, node takes turn, but nodes with more to send can take longer turns. Example of taking turns protocol are polling and token passing. So in this, the taking turns protocols means what? That each and every node have giving their own turn. So at their time they can send the data, but the node which have more data, it can take longer time for sending the data. And the example of taking turns protocol are polling and token passing. So let us discuss the first protocol, channel partitioning protocol. In that, the first example, time division multiple access. So in time division multiple access, let us see what happens. Suppose the channel supports n nodes and that the transmission rate of the channel is r bit per second, bps. So what actually TDM do? So TDM divides time into time frames and further divides each time frame into n time slots, and then each time slot is then assigned to one of the n nodes. So whenever a node has a packet to send, it transmits the packet speeds during its assigned time slot in the revolving TDM frame. So if there is a no time slot for particular node, then they have to wait for that assigning time slot. So that whenever it have a turn, then it transmit their packets. So typically slot sizes are chosen so that a single packet can be transmitted during a slot time. So based on slot time, a slot sizes are also chosen so that the single packet can be transmitted during a slot time. So TDM is attractive because it eliminates collision and perfectly fair. So it is not doing collision, and it also perfectly fair for all the nodes. For example, in network there are 20 nodes, then 20 time slot particular is assigned to that node. So during each time slot, that particular node is sending the packets. So each node gets a dedicated transmission rate of R by N beats per second during each frame time. However, it has two major drawbacks. First, a node is limited to an average rate of R by N beats per second even when it is the only node with packets to send. Now, for example, there is 20 nodes. From that, 90 nodes are not want to send packets. Only one node want to send packets. But the average rate is also limited to R by N. So this is the one drawback. Second drawback is that node must always wait for its turn. So this time slot is for node 1, this is for 2, this is for 3. So the node number 20 have to wait for its turn. So the node must always wait for its turn in the transmission sequence again, even when it is the only node with a frame to send. For example, 1 to 19 nodes do not want to send their send packets. Only node number 20 wants to send packets, but its turn are at the end. So they have to wait. So even when it is the only node number 20 with a frame to send, it have to wait for its turn. So these are the two major drawbacks of time division multiple access. The next one is frequency division multiple access. So frequency division multiple access divides the R beats per second channel into different frequencies, each with a bandwidth of R by N. So here not division of time slot, but here division of frequency, and assign each frequency to one of the N nodes. So FDM thus creates N smaller channels. So for example, this is one channel, but FDM create this number of N smaller channels, and which rate is R by N beats per second out of the signal larger R beats per second channel. So FDM share both the advantages and disadvantages of TDM. So first, it avoids collision and divides the bandwidth fairly among the N nodes, which is the advantages. Again, FDM also shares a principal disadvantage with TDM, that a node is limited to a bandwidth of R by N even when it is the only node with packets to send. So in TDM we are dividing time slot. In frequency division multiple access we are dividing a channel into different frequencies. Now the third one is code division multiple access. So while TDM and FDM assign time slots and frequency respectively to the nodes, CDMA assigns a different code to each node. So then each node uses its unique code to encode the data bits it sends. So if the codes are chosen carefully, CDMA networks have the wonderful property that different nodes can transmit simultaneously and yet have the respective receiver correctly receive a sender's encode data bits in spite of interfering transmission by other nodes. So for example, there are total 3 nodes here sending data to the 3 node here at receiver side. So there are particular code for this to encode it, and it is encrypted and the data is sent. For this there is also another code, and for this there is also another code. So the different nodes can transmit simultaneously and yet have their respective receiver correctly receives a sender's encoded data bits. So CDMA has been used in military system for some time and now has widespread civilian use particularly in cellular telephony. So because CDMA use is so tightly tied to wireless channels, it will suffice to know that CDMA codes like time slot in TDM and frequency in FDM can be allocated to the multiple access channel user. So these are the all three algorithm: frequency division multiple access, time division multiple access, and code division multiple access. Thank you.